Have you ever held back your true thoughts out of fear that others will misinterpret or judge you, leaving you feeling disconnected, anxious, and unable to be yourself? The most common form of despair is not being who you are. Søren Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard's message is both simple and profound. The deepest suffering comes not from what others think, but from abandoning our own truth. The antidote to the paralysis of being misunderstood is not pleasing others. It's the quiet, courageous act of letting your real self emerge, despite the risk. Let's make this practical. The path forward isn't about becoming impervious to anxiety, but about living more authentically in its presence. How can Kierkegaard's idea of authentic selfhood nurture your willingness to express yourself, even when your mind clings to fear? First, notice when you shrink away from your true feelings. Kierkegaard called this despair, the subtle ache of not being oneself. When you feel anxious about being misunderstood, pause and gently ask, is this feeling coming from a need to be seen as someone I'm not? With that question, you create a moment of clarity where you can distinguish your true voice from the imagined expectations of others. Sometimes just noticing this split inside is enough to loosen the hold of fear, even a little. Second, practice communicating your feelings with humble honesty, rather than perfect clarity. Kierkegaard believed that true selfhood is lived, not argued or defended. You don't need to craft flawless explanations or win approval. Instead, start by admitting your uncertainty. I'm not sure how to say this, but I want to try. This small gesture, risking yourself, even imperfectly, honors your authenticity and breaks the cycle of paralysis. You might be surprised by how much relief comes from simply expressing, not performing. If this speaks to you, consider subscribing. This is a quiet space for exploring mental clarity, emotional strength, and the patterns that shape our minds. Share your experience in the comments if you feel like it. Third, remind yourself that genuine connection is built on vulnerability, not on always being understood. Kierkegaard saw the individual as responsible for seeking their own truth, even when it sets them apart. When you express yourself bravely, even if you're misunderstood, it can inspire others to do the same. And more often than not, the acceptance we fear losing is replaced by a deeper sense of belonging with those who value who we really are. Finally, let go of the belief that misunderstanding is a failure. Misunderstandings are inevitable. Authenticity is a choice. Each time you speak from your real self, you build inner strength, regardless of how others respond. Over time, this courage forms the foundation for feeling at peace within yourself, no longer bending endlessly to external judgment. The fear of being misunderstood is real, and it can be deeply uncomfortable. But Kierkegaard gently invites us to consider, the greater pain is denying your own voice. Every small act of honesty, however quiet, strengthens your sense of self and brings you closer to a kind of peace that doesn't depend on unanimous approval. You deserve to feel at home within yourself. It takes practice, patience, and compassion for your fear. But with each step, you reclaim your authentic selfhood and discover the quiet relief of being true to who you are.